Parenthood in the United States changes from generation to generation, but one thing has remained the same for the past 30 years. The lack of maternity leave or family leave in the United States impacts our society and our economy, not to mention families every year, millions of them. A documentary by YouTube channel Broadly says that 60% of couples work full-time, meaning that 60% of children grow up with parents who can't offer them quality time, physical touch, or breastfeeding for most of their lives. This is a critical stage of development for many children, and the future generation of America is being affected by this lack. Mother Amber Scora left her child at daycare after 3 months of paid leave. While feeling very fortunate to receive such a rare offer, she was sad and weary of leaving her young child. She returned 2 hours later to find that her son Lee had been tragically suffocated at the hands of a daycare worker. And she doesn't tell the story to place the blame on that person or to complain about her situation, but she's begging for a change among policymakers and citizens alike. The United States doesn't offer resources to its families. It must make a choice, and the time is now. The National Institute of Child Health and Human Development relates to Amber's story, saying that breastfeeding, quality time, physical touch decrease the risk of sudden infant death syndrome and have emotional and physical benefits for children. For this reason, the Family Medical Leave Act of 1993 was implemented. This requires that employers of 50 business workers or more must give 12 weeks of leave if an employee has worked for more than 1 year. That's a lot of stipulations. According to the database of conditions of work and employment leave, this leaves 40% of workers uncovered, meaning that 40% of families have to make the choice to keep their jobs or to take care of their children. This law also only applies to 5% of low-wage earners. Low-wage earners, in comparison, probably can't provide the quality education or personal daycare and nannies that high-wage earners can, meaning economically and time-wise, they're left with no options. Sweden, however, is a country that has this system down. They offer 480 days of paid leave to either parent, meaning that for the first 8 years of a child's life, parents can spend time at home with them for a significant amount of time. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development has a social equality scale that they rank countries on, one being most equal, and 10 being least equal. Sweden ranks a 1.10. This means that families can equally share work, decreasing divorce rates, increasing options for families. And Sweden, though it has high taxes to provide for these things, also has free university, free healthcare, and free childcare for all families. It seems that the taxes and the potential issues are enough to be benefits. In a National Public Radio article by Eric Killen, she says that Saudi Arabian women who were only allowed to drive in the year 2017 have 50% pay for 70 days after birth. The United States is behind a country who is one of the most globally recognized for being least fair to women, and they have maternity leave. It's time for us to step up. A family specialist, Philip Cohen, proposes this theory of a second shift for mothers. They come home from their full-time jobs or part-time and are expected to also take care of their children and the house. This is an unrealistic expectation. Women in America have increased GDP by 70% when they went to work in the 1970s. There's extreme economic untapped potential when we reward them for entering the workforce rather than penalizing them. Mother Emily Jones said that you prosper as a mom when you can make it your full-time job. But that being said, it shouldn't really be a choice that mothers have to make. They can be moms and workers at once if we would only implement these acts. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand has a plan. As a New York senator and author of Off the Sidelines, she has proposed a plan where employees donate about $2 weekly to their fund, which employers also match, meaning that they, over time, save up a 3-month paid leave for their childbirth. States like California, New Jersey, and Rhode Island have implemented similar plans and have recommended this to other states as well. 90% of them agree that it was either positive or non-harmful. It's obvious that it's time to make a change, and it starts with you. It's as easy as following new policies and urging your representatives, congressmen and women, to do the same. America has huge potential if we would simply benefit families for making this future generation great, and it starts here.